So, I mean, everybody has reasons, but I'm still here, so they're not good enough, I guess. As you can imagine, the 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 primary what's the word I'm looking for? The primary like what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? The primary bulk of this video is going to be me kind of just bitching and moaning. So if you don't want to hear that, then probably shouldn't watch it because that's kind of the point. This is actually a strategic video I'm making, and I've thought about this for a week or two now. Um, because one of the best ways to apparently cope with trauma is to accept that it's there and to not push it down and, be ashamed of it. So I guess this is the way I'm doing that, and this is, by all accounts and by what I've read and researched, this should help mentally making this video. So that's what I'm going to do. Two main things. One, I have herpes. Two, as of the recording time of this video, I have $281,001.11 in student loan debt. Those are the two main reasons. So, those are the answers. That's it. Now, the rest of this video is just gonna be me talking about that shit. So, caught herpes from my ex, and this was September that I found out, at least. And I have to sneeze. Hold on. Shit. That's it. Yeah. So I graduated last year in May, and when I came back, I started dating this girl like a month after I got here, because I went to school in Virginia. And I wasn't like hoeing around. I was pursuing, a girl long term. This is a long term partner of mine, and we were having unprotected sex. And one day, found out I got this shit, and I'm pretty. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things in the back of your mind where you're like, did she know? And I'll never know the answer to that question. So, I'd say that's one of the reasons. I went on a date for the first time in probably 11 months, 2 days ago. And I learned a lot on that date. It obviously didn't go fucking well. I'm not gonna see that bitch again. But one, she was probably the hottest girl I've talked to in my life. Which I think like psychologically that's not very good for men because you kind of like women you won't have just naturally. Like you just want to like you're just not yourself around him. I wasn't myself around her. And she wanted to fuck me like immediately. So what happened was we went to get food, and she like had something to do, and I was like, okay, just come over first, and then we'll just meet here, because she didn't really know what time she was going to be available, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not just going to make up some ambiguous time to meet at the restaurant, so just come to my place first, and we'll just leave together. And I definitely understand that that was kind of implicative of we're going to have sex, which, and I met her at like the bar I work at, so not the best clientele. But like she came over wearing damn near like a stripper outfit. It was extremely sexy, and I was gonna get changed because I was like I gotta change my pants, and she was like I don't mind, and like took her jacket off, and I fucking cracked, dude, because I went from not trusting women at all to being in front of an extremely attractive, like she's foreign girl who wants to have sex with me now, and I just couldn't take it, and way too much pressure. Holy shit, that was a lot, and I folded. I said some corny ass shit. What'd I say? I was like, I was like, dude, I was like, I thought about this the rest of the night. It was fucking with me. She took her like jacket off and literally just had a bra on, and I was like, "What are you trying to do to me with that shirt?" Or some corny ass shit like that. And I took a minute at dinner. We got like barbecue skewers at some Korean place, and I sat there for a second, like looked away, and I was thinking about that moment. And she's like, "What are you thinking about?" And I was like, "I'm not telling you that shit. That's not what I said, but I just was like nothing, you know." Anyways, so herpes. Let me talk about herpes for a second. So I mean, it's not bad. It's of the STDs that are lifelong. It's definitely the best one, for what that's fucking worth. But it's just like a skin thing. So me, I've had I think in total 3 outbreaks, maybe 4, since I got it in September. The first one was awful, lasted 2 weeks. I wanted to kill myself during that time. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely considered it because that shit was fucking rough. That was rough. And I want to talk about this on camera too because you can't talk about this shit with women, my boys. I don't want to talk about this with. So I'll just talk about this to nobody in particular. Right now, I'm just talking at a fucking inanimate camera, from my perspective. Those 2 weeks were rough, man. That was rough. And after I came out of it, that's part of the reason I am who I am today is because like I survived that time. And man, this is gonna be a real ass video. Damn. Yeah, I mean, like it was just rough. And my parents were there for me because I was living with my parents at the time. Anyways, so basically, the worst part about herpes is the stigma. Not even like, excuse me, not even like the shit itself. Because like after the first outbreak, I haven't really had shit happen. And man, she did other shit. Lied to my mom's face. Said shit like I didn't fuck her good, which I know for a fact wasn't true. Like said shit like that and like talked about how I yelled at her all the time, which wasn't true. I did raise my voice one time, but I think a combination of her previous trauma and me trying to understand what kind of bullshit timing she was on just got my blood hot. I've never dealt with shit like that before, so admittedly, yes, I raised my voice once, but I've never yelled at a woman in my life. Uh, so it's like dating's just hard because like I can't. So she was German, this girl, and we were hanging out and we were just chopping it up, and she was telling me about how like her ex had cheated on her. Did I say that? She cheated on me? So she gave me herpes and then cheated. So it was like, bam, bam. And I found out she cheated like 2 weeks after I found out I got this shit. And that was just boom, like, you know, whew. I don't date much. I'm like super picky. And it's like, because of that, when I do find a girl I like and it doesn't work out, it definitely fucking stings. Like, you know what I mean? So we were talking on the porch, and she's telling me about, her issues with her past, and then I tell her about mine, and then, the herp comes up, and the vibe definitely changed, because she went from, being pretty touchy-feely and definitely wanting me to, I could feel her dry up, and that fucking sucked. And after that happened, she left. I had a panic attack because I'd never been vulnerable with a female like that since the last girl, and I don't know if I ever can again because that was terrible. It was fucking awful. It was brutal. Like to me, like I don't think, like I'm definitely overthinking it in terms of what she thought. Obviously, I'm not gonna see her again, but I don't think she fucking cared really, because she was curious about it. She was asking me about it and shit. And it's funny because her English is really, really good. It's damn near perfect, but like she didn't understand all the things I was explaining about the disease. So, well, not the disease, just the condition, I guess. So I like, I definitely had a moment laughing to myself on the porch in front. Like me and her kind of laughed about it together, where like I was typing out what herpes does to someone and what it is in Google Translate, and that was just like a really funny moment because I was like, "What the fuck am I doing?" But she was understanding, I guess. But I did realize that the shit itself made me resent women a little bit, and I'm not proud of that for obvious reasons. But I think it was primarily because like I didn't want to be judged for what I have and who I am. So I was just kind of afraid, and because of that, the fear manifested as resentment. And I realized that when I was like as I was having that conversation with her. So I definitely appreciate the time. I'm probably gonna fucking get another one of these because I need another one. Unfortunately, I think I've taken up some type of smoking, which for better or for worse, fuck it. For now, temporary. Damn, this is some heavy ass shit. But I think this is helping me. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. I think this is a really good strategy, kind of talking it out and just putting this into the world, even if two people watch it. But I think this is just something I want to get off my chest. The second thing... Oh, well, am I done with it? I mean, so before I got it, I was like a super open person, and you can't just tell everybody you meet that you have herpes, because it doesn't really come up in conversation that easily. So you kind of feel like you're hiding a part of yourself, which makes you self-conscious naturally. So, I think like, I don't know. I think that's all I have to say about that. Next, reason number, I guess 2 or 3. I think 2, main reason 2. The debt. So, I went to a public school, but the tuition was like 50 grand. It's a fuckload. And I got no like scholarships. And I didn't pursue the programs that they offered. I don't know why. I mean, I was just, I guess, focusing on my studies, and I wasn't really sure if I wanted to pursue those programs they offered, so I just didn't. Because, I mean, in college, you're what, 18, 20? And apparently that's a time where you can make decisions that will change the course of you and everybody around you's life, because I have co-signers on these loans. These affect other people, not just me. I think it's just crazy that it doesn't matter. It's the system. But it's just like as an 18 to 20-year-old, you can sign for almost 300 grand in 15 minutes. And nobody really questions you. So, what happened was, first of all, I fifth yeared, and it cost another large sum of money to account for that time. And what I could have done was what a lot of people did and just gone to another fucking school. But I had too much pride in the school, and I couldn't. I wanted my fucking degree from there. I wanted my degree from there. And that's what I got. So I got what I wanted. But it cost me everything. At what cost, I will say I wouldn't be the man who I am today if I didn't go to that school. Damn, this is a real ass video. This is some real shit. I wouldn't be the man I am today if I didn't go to that school. But it cost me essentially my entire life's worth of finances. I have 2 loan companies, Mohila and Sally Mae. Mohila has 30 grand. Sally Mae has about 200 and whatever's left, 250 something. $250,000, literally $250,000. And my degree's in computer science. I never talked about this either, my degree. So, I mean, yeah, I could make a lot of money, but I can't make fucking 200 grand a year out of college. It's not really possible. But I will say, I haven't been pursuing, and this is going to be my CRE as well. So by the time this video comes out, I will have gotten my first security certification because I have no certs, which is definitely my fault. I understand that. But I believe it's because I was... Shit, I'm sneezing again. So, like, when I do things, I focus on one thing at a time. Now it's cert time because I was focusing on something else, and that's on a very extensive pause right now. That other thing for like 6 months. Out of actually no fault of my own, it's on a serious pause. So now I'm gonna focus on the certs, and I will. This is my CRE. This is the deadline. I think will be May something. Well, let me see when the next video comes out because I have a schedule here, and what I could do is just look at the YouTube studio. Okay, content. Yeah, so the next video, May 26th is. So it's the 16th today. Hold on. It's the 16th today, and then 18th, 28th. So what is that? 12 days. 12 days to get my cert. My first cert. I can do that. And then I'm going to just stack them during this 6 months. I will do that. I'm making this a serious vow here. Because I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try. And like my father's co-signed on this loan. His credit's fucked. My credit's fucked. We can't pay. You can't. This is an amount of money. It's $4,000 a month. It's $4,000 a month. Like, that's more than I make right now. So I literally would not be able to live. Obviously, it's my fault. I get that. But is getting an education really worth a $300,000 punishment? It's just a situation. I had to get that degree from there. I had to. I love the school too much, so. But man, fuck, what was I thinking? I don't know. I think about that a lot. Was it worth it? And I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't go there. I know that. But also, it's $300,000. Who knows? Could things have been different? Who knows? I don't, and I never will. So, now this is where we are. This is where we are. Also, the loans are private. I've done all the research. I've talked to everybody possible. I've talked to 2 financial advisors. 3, including the one my father recommended. 1 for my school. I actually called into the fucking Dave Ramsey show and talked to those 2 guys. Literally called into the show. And basically they told me to dive into my career and read some book he sent me called The Proximity Principle. Which admittedly, I haven't opened. Because, I don't know, I'm not really sure how a couple pages can help me through $300,000 in debt. But now that I'm talking it out, it does sound like I'm not really trying. Which is why I wanted to talk this out. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's $300,000. And I'm in my 20s. So, what I'm going to do is try. I'm going to get these fucking certs. I'm going to become a valuable asset to the community and the society, and I'm going to get paid what I deserve. I'm going to do my goddamn best. I will do my damnedest. I mean, I bought a voucher for the test, the first one. for this certification, and then like I went to take it. So I've put forth an effort. I went to take the test, and like something didn't. I think my webcam didn't connect or some shit. And so I called them, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll just give you another voucher and another time." And I haven't set up a time yet. I think that was last Friday, and today's Thursday, so it's been a week. So I'm gonna. I will set that up after I film this video. I will. A new time because you have to make an appointment. But yeah, so I mean that's the debt is just right here all the time. I mean I'm living, but the, I can't pay that. What they're gonna do eventually is they're gonna sell off my debt to a collection agency, and the collection agency could, probably will, sue me. I'll lose, and likely. And what they'll do is, it's possible they could garnish my wages because I'm actually not getting paid under the table, and it's possible they could garnish my father's wages. I don't know about that, and if that happens, whew, that'll be reason number 3. You know, dishonoring my father through that avenue, all for a fucking piece of paper and some character development. Also, what else could they do? They could freeze my bank accounts, freeze my credit line. I don't use my credit card much, but they could freeze my bank accounts, credit line. I'm getting hungry now, and they could just ruin my life. That's gonna start, I think, within the next year or so. So I have a year or so to figure out how to do something about this. I mean, I am in the most lucrative career to tackle this debt. On the bright side, this is like a pretty good position to be in, given the circumstances. So I have to put in the effort. I have to try. Can't be complacent. Can't be entitled. And maybe if I pursue this mission, it'll give me some semblance of like something to work towards during this 6-month pause. Because before this pause on this thing I'm doing, serious thing thing I've wanted for years. Before this pause, like I was balls deep in this fucking mission I had, and then boom, brick wall. Right? There's nothing I can do about it. So so I feel like kind of lost right now because like it's just like I had something that I was pursuing and now I just can't pursue it. So maybe this is a time where I could kind of delve deep into tackling that fucking debt, I guess, somehow. Because it's like paying it, it's like paying it's not an option, but also not paying it's not an option. So where does that leave me? You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, those combined are the 2 main reasons that I could kill myself. But I never fucking will.